Hello guys, thank you for tuning in. This is like a weird place to do the recording, but I chose this place today, so bear with me. So, one of my friends asked me this question that you can currently see on the screen, and the question is basically, what is this thing called luck, right? How can we get more lucky? Now, let me tell you that whatever I'm going to speak on this video is my concept. This is just what I think is right. Don't take it as absolute truth, right? Now, having said that, see, nature is full of random events, right? Nature is full of random events. Now, if some of those events turn out to be in our favor, that is what we call as being lucky. Now, if some of those events don't turn out to be in our favor, if they turn out to be against our favor, then that is what we call being unlucky. But the point is that those events are completely random in nature, right? Now, if we look at it from energy perspective, right? Now, I've already spoken about it in one of my previous videos. I'll link that video on the top. But basically, the law of transformation of energy states that energy can only be transferred from one form to another, but it cannot be created nor it can be destroyed. Right? Meaning that whatever you see in nature, it is just energy currently in that form. Now, in short future or long future, or just at the next moment, that energy might change its form to another form, meaning that it is what we see in nature, right? Things are constantly changing from one form to another in nature. But if that particular event turns out to be in our favor, then that is what we call as being lucky. And if it happens vice versa, then that is what we call as being unlucky, right? Now, for example, you bought a lottery ticket and 100,000 people have bought that lottery ticket. Now, the chances of anyone getting picked up in that lottery out of 100,000 people is completely random. It is completely random, right? But if you get picked up, then that random event turned out to be in your favor, right? And that is what we call as being lucky. So, my point is that on the surface it may seem like you got lucky, but it is completely random in nature, and that random event could be in anyone's favor. Anyone could have gotten lucky, but that random event at that moment happened to be in your favor. So also I want to touch on this point that, oh man, this leaf is disturbing me. Let me squeeze a little bit. So what I'm trying to say is that I heard this statement quite a few times, and the statement is that luck favors those who work hard. Now, is it true? I think it is true. Now, why I think it is true is that because an individual who is working hard, right, an individual that is working hard is constantly going through many trial and errors, right? Now, he is going through many trial and errors, which means that he is constantly increasing his vicinity of comfort zone, his vicinity of performance, right? He's constantly getting exposed to wider environment, to wider audience, wider. Is constantly uh, increasing his vicinity of performance, right? Now, one way of looking at it is that he's constantly growing himself to adapt to random things, because he's doing many trial and errors. He's constantly growing himself, constantly growing his skills to uh, use many events into his favor, right? He's uh, growing his adaptability. Now, on the surface, it may look like he's getting lucky, but it is just that he's gone through so many trial and errors. He's exposed himself to wider environment. Now, the chances of any event that he can use into his favor is more than any random guy who is not worked as hard as him, right? So, coming to the conclusion, you cannot do anything to get more lucky. The only thing you can do is do your best, work as hard as you can, and hopefully situation will turn out in your favor, or hopefully you will grow the skills to adapt to random things, random environment, to use more events into your favor. Now, having said that, thank you for tuning in and thank you for your love and support. I'm sorry for recording in this weird place. I'm not gonna repeat it again. If you want to buy helpful books, just go to www.hellomadman.com. And if you haven't checked out our YouTube shorts yet, just go ahead and do so. They are really, really funny, really nice. I loved working on them. And if you want me to talk about anything else, just comment on the section below and I'll talk about it in my other videos. Now I've decided that if I don't have any request on the topic that I should talk about, then I'll probably just keep continuing on the shorts. So having said that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for love and support. Thank you.